Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk About Sex with Dr. Raj on 103.1 FM, your station for your information on your health, your well-being, and of course your sexual life. We're here to give you some information that you may need, some of the things that you may have doubts about, especially this evening, because my topic this evening, which I want you to interact with also, is about orgasm. The types of orgasm you have, if you ever have an orgasm. Do you fake having an orgasm? Guys, do you know if your partner is faking? How can you tell if your partner is faking? There are some guys out there who don't have the experience and they don't know if their partner is actually having an orgasm, you know. They may hear all the noises and all the movements, but they may not be sure if that is what's happening, because I'll tell you something. Unlike ladies, we guys cannot we just cannot fake anything. You can't fake an erection, you can't fake having intercourse, and you cannot fake having an orgasm, because an orgasm, which for a man is an ejaculation, but do you know that men could have orgasms without ejaculating? How many of you out there know that a man could have an ejaculation without, an orgasm without ejaculating, and it is an orgasm? Of course, what is an orgasm? An orgasm is a very intense sexual feeling, one that you get when you are having intercourse, making love, playing around, fondling. It's that intense feeling that you get. Now, there are some women, they would enjoy being with their partner, enjoy the touching, the caressing, the kissing, whatever else, and they will tell you that they're satisfied at the end of it. Now, they may not have achieved an orgasm. Not all women can have an orgasm. Some women have multiple orgasms. Some women have one orgasm and they don't want you to touch them after that because they become very sensitive. There are different degrees of orgasm. So the definition of orgasm is dependent on the woman that you're dealing with. But it is an intense sexual feeling that you get, a sense of euphoria, a sense of total enjoyment of what has taken place, of what you feel, especially what you feel with your partner, because with the right partner, you do feel something that is almost spiritual. And that is something that a lot of persons, when they achieve it, they want it again, because sex could be very addictive. There are elements of sexual play and sexual intercourse that is very addictive. That's why most men like to ejaculate when they're having intercourse. Now, you don't need to ejaculate every time you have intercourse. But because you're trained to think that with ejaculation you get the maximum amount of satisfaction, all men want to ejaculate. Now, some of them, if they don't ejaculate, some of the guys out there, if they don't ejaculate, they get something called blue balls, which is very painful. They get headaches, they become irritable. So you have to be careful if you fall in that bracket where you need an orgasm or you need to ejaculate in order to enjoy your sexual encounter. That's what you need to do. Now, for those who have learned to control those things, now, it goes back to what I've been saying for forever. The brain is your largest sexual organ. It's the organ that controls everything in your body. It controls your feeling. It controls your ability to enjoy your sexual act. It controls what you can do or cannot do. If you doubt yourself, you're going to fail. And most of the time, because of low self-esteem, because a person doesn't have that confidence in themselves, they doubt themselves. So they start off with a failure. That's why you have something called premature ejaculation. Some men think that they cannot last long. Some men think that the intercourse is so sweet, everything is so nice, that I cannot control. So if I cannot control, I let go. When I let go, I have an ejaculation, and that's the end of it. I cannot go further. If you have that defeatist attitude, and it is a defeatist attitude, if you have that defeatist attitude when it comes to intercourse, you're going to fail. So when a woman requires you to go 20 minutes or more for she to get full satisfaction with your interaction with her, and you're unable to go for that 20 minutes, you can only go for 3 to 5 minutes. I know guys who say that they ejaculate upon entering. Some guys ejaculate before entering. Some guys ejaculate and they tell you in 2 movements they are ready to ejaculate. If you are that type of individual, you're going to be a failure. You're going to be a failure to your spouse. You're going to be a failure to your girlfriend. You're going to be a failure to your lover. And when that happens, what you're going to do is to breed dissatisfaction. She's going to become frustrated. And when a woman is frustrated, she takes it out on you in many different ways. The weapon some men possess is a physical ability. Women's weapon is their tongue. they can mash you up with their tongue, the things they say to you. So be very careful. And that's another thing with women. You have to be very careful the things you say to your husband, your boyfriend, your lover. If you chastise a man for his failure in the bedroom, that remains in his brain. If you tell a man something about his sexual organ, something negative, that it's too small to satisfy you or anything like that, that remains in his brain and you cannot erase it. No matter what you say after that, it's not going to be erased. I know some women, in anger, they will say things and then they regret what they say. But there's some things when you tell a guy, it will never be erased from his head. And there's nothing that you can do about that anymore. So be very careful when you are criticizing your partner, when you're trying to get them to do something different or telling them something about their failure or their lack of. Be very careful what you're saying and how you're saying it. Because once those words leave your mouth, it creates an impact on the brain. And again, it goes back to that one instant that we were talking about. The brain is the largest sex organ we have. So if you allow it to impact upon your brain, it's going to impact upon your ability to perform, your ability to love the person. Now again, because of the society that we live in, sometimes we hear things from our neighbors, sometimes we don't get the correct information, and that's where our major problem is in society. Misinformation and fake news. There's too much misinformation out there. As a matter of fact, I know individuals who try or they come for treatment and they'll tell you what they have read on Google. So my question is always, what did Google do for you? Did it get rid of your problem? Did it help you in any way? Well, it helped me to understand. What did it help you to understand? Sometimes it could become more confusing, because I remember when we were going to primary school, there was something called comprehension, where you have to read a passage and comprehend it and then write something about it. You have to comprehend what you have read. Lots of time there are individuals out there who read but they cannot comprehend properly. They don't know what they're reading and they assume some of the things that they're reading to be fact. Sometimes it may be a referral to something, sometimes it may be based on one particular individual experience. So when you hear someone telling you about, and I know women sometimes when they get together they will talk, and you may have one person talking about a particular way of having an orgasm, but that may be her way of having an orgasm. There are some women who are multiple orgasmic and they will talk about that, whereas the person they're telling it to have never experienced an orgasm. Sex is very diverse. It's individualistic. Individualistic means it does what it does for you and only you at the moment. It is not transferable. You don't transfer your feeling onto another female and she will have the same feeling like you. She may have a greater feeling or lesser feeling. It all depends on the situation. It all depends on what's happening. Now remember, this program is an interactive program. We need you to send in your information. Let me know the type of orgasms you've had. Let me know if you've ever had an orgasm. Let me know what you think about an orgasm. Because sometimes your definition of an orgasm is not what an orgasm is. And we're not here to chastise anyone. We're here to educate. We're here to give you that information so you become a better person. You understand yourself differently. You are able to interact with your partner or partners, however you choose to have your sexual life. Again, we are not here to judge anyone. We are here to give you those information that will help you to be a better person. Number again is 2994103. You can WhatsApp us at that number. You can call in at that number 2994103. For those of you who want to send a message directly to me in the studio, 7401961. That's my personal cell phone. You can also contact me by that phone. For those of you who want to make an appointment to go to the Adult Therapy Center in St. Augustine or to see me in Debe, which I normally in Debe on a Tuesday, the night before after my program. On a Tuesday, I'm in Debe, the clinic in Debe. You can call the 645-4543 number and they will give you the Debe number, or you can make an appointment there and then. There's somebody waiting at the phone right now for you to call in. But before you call the office, call us. Tell us what you think about an orgasm. What is your definition of an orgasm? How well your partner treats you. And maybe if your partner is listening, if your husband is listening, your boyfriend is listening, he will get an idea of what he's supposed to do. Because a lot of time we men don't listen. And listening is not only hearing, but listening is also paying attention to the woman's body. So tonight I'm going to give you some hints on that. What to expect, what to look out for, how to know if your partner is faking, how to know if it's truly enjoyable. These are the things that we must be interested in if we want to have a good sex life. So again, calling, texting, sending your WhatsApp 2994103, 2994103. I think we already have something on WhatsApp, Prashant.
Yes, we do. Good night, everyone. One of our listeners says that one of his partners does make two choke and tremble, and then boom, he bursts.
Well, yeah, that is a premature ejaculation. A premature ejaculator is anyone who ejaculates before they get full satisfaction or before they can satisfy their partner. Now, there are some women who can have an orgasm within a second, but they're very few and far between. But if you have done the right things when it comes to foreplay, that 20 minutes I was talking about is foreplay and intercourse. So if they have done the right thing in foreplay, she may have an instantaneous orgasm. But anytime a man ejaculates before he has fully satisfied his partner, or before he feels a sense of satisfaction, he knows he has cheated himself. Obviously, if you've cheated yourself, you're cheating your partner. So that's one of the ways to look at it. That's one of the ways to know if you are a premature ejaculator. But no man should ejaculate. No man should ejaculate before 10 minutes. Absolutely not. If that is happening, it's because you have a weak PC muscle, because you have a situation with anxiety, and that's something we deal with at the Adult Therapy Center. You know, when the majority of my patients are those who have premature ejaculation. Majority. Now, when you look worldwide, we as sexologists understand that 70% of the men in the world have some sort of sexual dysfunction, inclusive of premature ejaculation. So if you have 10 guys in a room and you ask, who here is a premature ejaculator, nobody's going to put up their hand. They don't want to live up to that. But you know for a fact that 7%, so 7 of those 10 men will experience some sort of sexual dysfunction, and you could say maybe half of those men are premature ejaculators. But how many of us own up to that? We don't really own up to it because we don't want to be labeled as that. We are fearful also that if we put our hands up and say, I have a sexual dysfunction, somebody will be checking our girlfriend or checking our wives, because they know that. And that's basic human nature and basic defense. But if you want help in that area, and I have found that most of the men who are hesitant to come to the clinic, it's because their wives, girlfriend and whatnot has pushed them to come into the clinic to get the treatment. Because it's difficult for a man, given his ego, to put his hand up and say, I have a sexual dysfunction. You're admitting that something is wrong with you. No man wants to do that. But if you have diabetes, if you have hypertension, if you have high cholesterol, anything of that nature, what is going to happen? You're going to fail. And if you're going to fail, anything of a nervous disorder, anything that affects your digestive system, all these things affect your ability to have sex. But we know in our society, there's so many men have illnesses, problems with their diet, alcoholism. These are the issues we face in society. Stress, that also affects you. There's so many factors that works against us as men. It's unbelievable, but we need to be aware of it so we can overcome it. We can find the help that we need, and we can be a better individual. So that number again is 2994103, 2994103. Prashant, anything?
Yes, we have another question here. This listener says that when they lie out at night and consume alcohol, they feel like they have a strong erection. And when they orgasm, they feel like their soul is coming out.
Well, that's because of the intensity of what I will ask the question, where does your soul reside? Can anybody tell me that?
That's a good question.
The soul doesn't reside within us, you know. We are the vessel that carries the soul. But I'll tell you something, 3 of us doing a program here right now. Well, Mr. Silent, we have to get a broomstick to choke him. Yeah. 3 of us in this program here. Do you know where our souls are? Our souls could be in the corner, they're playing a game among themselves. You have no idea where your soul is. But if you get that intensity of an orgasm, and that's why I tell you sometimes sex could be so spiritual. Sometimes sex could be so intense. You feel as though you're out of your body. You have an out-of-body experience. And that's not something that is impossible to achieve. It is so sweet. And again, good sexual encounter does that to you. It is actually having it in the brain. And for those who understand the Kundalini and the chakras, you'll understand what that is about. When you come to tantric sex, you can leave your body and actually have intercourse. There's tantric intercourse where you don't need to touch the person, and you can have full intercourse with the person without touching the person, without any sort of sexual touch. But again, that's at a higher level. And sometimes we do achieve that higher level. But if you're using alcohol to achieve that level, you're not there. It is in your mind now, because the alcohol is damaging the cells in your brain, and you're thinking that is what is happening. Some men will tell you when they drink, they last longer. That's a fallacy. You will last longer, but you become an alcoholic lasting longer. Do you want to become an alcoholic to last longer, or do you want to learn to control it naturally so you have full control over ejaculation and you become that stud you want to be?
So in the short term, yes, it would be, might get a little thing, but in the long term,
it destroys you. It really destroys you. We have some questions. Somebody asked about what. Okay, we answered that question. We don't need to deal with it. Somebody says, my question is, good night, Dr. Raj. Wanted to know why some women does take so long to get orgasm. Your ability to have an orgasm is dependent on your past, your relationships of the past, your understanding of sex, your hang-ups that you may have, your partner that you have, the way it is done to you. Some women go into a sexual situation thinking only of the orgasm and not the enjoyment of whatever is going on at the moment. So they're just thinking, I hope this man can give me an orgasm. We cannot give anybody an orgasm. Don't be fooled. Men do not give a woman an orgasm. We help a woman to have an orgasm. So if you fool yourself into thinking that, hey, that man is the perfect man for me, he's going to give me an orgasm, you have started off on the wrong idea. You need to have the ability to have an orgasm. So women who take long to have an orgasm, it's because of the sexual encounter they have had in the past. It's because of maybe their own deficiencies. Sometimes it's because of a poor lover. That's where we assist. A good lover assists their partner with all the things that you need to do: the hugging, the kissing, the caressing, the oral part of it, the digital part of it, that is using your finger, and the actual intercourse. There are women who will have an orgasm before penetration, but it depends on your lover. That man's ability to take you there. Anything else?
We have one more just came in here. Can a woman who... Come on, right? Can
a woman coming on? Or?
Well, we'll see. Can a woman who never squirted before be able to do it without any treatment, or is it a nature situation?
You don't need to be treated to be a squirter. Again, it's your natural ability to release. A woman who is a squirter, squirting is a very intense orgasm where you build up to a point where there's a pressure that builds up in an area of the vagina, which is on the roof of the vagina. Just the urethra passes through there. So when the woman has that intense orgasm, there is a contraction well, first of all, there's a build-up of pressure. So for those who are knowledgeable, they know when they put their fingers in the vagina, you can actually feel a sac filling with liquid. And then that pressure builds up and it comes out with it doesn't gush out, it comes out with a pressure like a squirt gun, what we call a water gun. So it comes out with that pressure now. Some women can squirt very far. Some women squirt and it goes in an upward movement. Some women will squirt and wet down all of us here. It all depends on the woman. But squirting is not, well, of course, if you suspect that you are a squirter, there are ways and means a sexologist or a sex therapist can work with you to define whether you're a squirter or not. But we can't make you into a squirter. That's impossible. You cannot make someone into a squirter. They must have the natural ability to do that. But with the right partner, you can become a squirter once you have that ability. The person will take you to that point mentally, physically, emotionally, so that you have that ability to squirt out of your vagina.
Fantastic. And if you'd like to send in your questions, you can send it into 2994103. That's 2994103. We're taking calls as well too. Any of your questions regarding orgasms or any sexual question as well. The number for the Adult Therapy Center is 645-4543. That's anyone diabetic, or if you have any other sexual issues, we'd love to help you out. 645-4543.
Pleasant good evening to Rennie, Amrita, Randall, Nigel, Donnie, Mira, Sash. Indra, those are people on Facebook. For those of you on Facebook Live, you know, you're looking at us directly in the studio. And for those of you who are listening to us on 103, whether you're in your cars, you're heading home, or you're at home, because I know a lot of couples, they do sit down and listen to this program. I get the feedback from time to time. They do talk about how informative the program is, what they've learned from the program. And again, sex education is very important. It's important for the adults to know and know the truth. Be informed of all the information. So should someone in your family ask you a question, should your lover ask you a question, you must have the answer, the correct answer. And I've been educating, I've been a sex educator for 20-something years now. It's something that I enjoy, and I don't think I know enough. I'm always learning, because you learn things. One of these things about orgasm is that each partner you have has a rhythm, has a chemistry that you will intertwine with. And if you are not on the same page with this person, she will not have that orgasm. Can a girl lose her virginity by riding a bicycle? Hear that talk a while back. Well, that's a technical question. You don't lose your virginity, you tear your hymen. There's a difference. Even if your hymen is torn by doing gymnastics, climbing in a tree, riding a bicycle, you're still a virgin. Once your vagina has not been penetrated by an object or by sexual intercourse, a penis, you're virgin. And that's what we fail to realize. But if you expect the bleeding to take place because the hymen is no longer there, that's not going to happen. Now, there are hymen that reattaches itself. There are hymen that are very elastic. It's like a rubber band. It could stretch. The penis could still go in, and the person may not have a torn hymen. So there are a number of factors that you have to look at. But basically, if you ride a bicycle, you can tear your hymen, but you'll still be a virgin.
That would have to be a bumpy ride, Dr. Raj.
Not really.
So?
Not really.
No?
Not really. Depends on the type of saddle that you're using. It depends on how you're riding. It depends on the stretch of the legs. There are a number of factors. It's like climbing a tree. There's no bumpy ride in that. It's gymnastics, the same thing. The stretching that you do, those are the things that could cause it to tear.
Oh, I see.
There are a number of things that you can do that can cause your hymen to tear. There's some women whose hymen are very thin, and it will tear very easily, even inserting something into the vagina. Now, you'll ask yourself, let's say, for example, a girl is playing around with herself. She inserts her finger and she tears her hymen. Is she still a virgin? And the answer is yes. She's still a virgin technically, because she has not been penetrated by a penis, but at the same time she did penetrate herself, so she may not have a hymen. So it's all technical.
And is there something that they could possibly use? You know, sometimes women may be a little insecure in terms of that type of situation. Is there something they could use to actually bring that back? Or?
There's surgery that you can do for that, but I don't suggest it. I mean, once your hymen is torn, it's torn.
Right.
I know women who pay well, I don't know them personally, but I know women who pay a lot of money to get that vaginal rejuvenation, to be a virgin again, but you're not really a virgin.
Wasn't there wasn't the magic stick? Was it?
The magic stick is for tightening the vagina, but that will not bring back your hymen. Don't go using the magic stick and say, Dr. Raj, say I'll be a virgin again. It does not happen.
So just a tightener, not a rejuvenator.
It rejuvenates the vagina, yes, but it does not
okay.
reattach the hymen.
Okay.
What, did you get something there?
I think the ghost was showing me something. How does hypertension affect the sexuality of a man?
Hypertension will not affect the sexuality of a man, because the sexuality of a man is dependent on his sexuality.
Agreed.
Whether he be straight, bisexual, trisexual, or whatever else.
Yeah, I don't think if your pressure
That's
goes
it.
up, you'll
No,
become
that do happen. That do happen. But it does affect you sexually. The hypertension will affect you sexually. So sexuality and sexual dysfunction is two different things. Sometimes you're born into a sexuality, meaning that you know by birth that you have these feelings, or as a young man, a young woman, you have these feelings for same sex, you fall in love with the same sex. Those are what make you gay, lesbian, or otherwise. Sometimes bisexual. But we all bisexual by nature. It's what you feed. That's your sexuality. But your sexual dysfunction will come about if you have hypertension and it affects you medically. Yes, it will. And sometimes medication for these things also affect you sexually.
My goodness. We have another question here. Dr. Raj, what do you mean by a man who can masturbate? Sorry, is it possible for a man to masturbate without coming?
Yes, of course. Of course you can masturbate without ejaculating. But you come. You have an internal orgasm where you enjoy the intensity of your masturbation without ejaculating. Again, that is, if you study tantric sex and tantra, you will understand where that comes from. You can enjoy all the things about sex without the physicality of it, meaning you don't need to ejaculate. Once you have mastered that, you could have intercourse for hours without ejaculating and not bother to ejaculate. And that's something a lot of persons don't know. You can actually have sex for a long period of time without ejaculating and at the same time be totally satisfied. I think we have something coming there.
We have another. If a guy has hypertension, cholesterol, an enlarged heart, medical issues like erectile dysfunction or sexual problems, can he take enlargement pills?
No, absolutely not.
That's a very complicated case there.
Anything that complicates your circulatory system, your heart, you do not want to interfere with it by putting something that will put pressure on your heart or your circulatory system. You don't want to be doing those things. The very same thing with using a pump. There are diabetics who can use a pump to get an erection. Once you're using a pump to get an erection, and penis pump is not only for the development of your penis. There are lots of men out there who need to use a penis pump to get an erection. But if you're using a penis pump to get an erection, you have to use a penis ring, commonly called a cock ring. You need to get a penis ring to hold the blood in the penis because the valves are damaged. Once the valves are damaged, the blood is going to flow out as fast as it flows in. So it's not going to remain erect. So you need to use the penis pump to give yourself that erection. Pull the airs of there's a particular ring that you use, one called a command ring, right? That has these airs that you pull onto the penis off the pump and it keeps the blood in the penis so diabetics can have a full erection and have intercourse.
Totally agreed. And
so there are a number of things that you can do, but if you're looking to develop your penis, you put in extra. No, we don't have a reservoir of blood anyway in our body. There's no reservoir of blood. So that's why they tell you when you go to the beach, you have a meal, do not go into the water. The blood is concentrated in your digestive area, which is your stomach, so you will get cramps. The very same thing. When you are developing your penis, you need to take supplement to build your blood cells, amino acids and whatnot. You need to take different supplements. And it is all logical, but a lot of times we don't think with logic. I have had one person ask me a ton load of questions about penis enhancement. And at the end of it, they don't want to come in for the advice. They just want to go and buy a pump. Go and buy a pump. But when you buy a pump, you're not going to get advice with the pump. You're not going to be told how to use it and what to use it with. Nobody could go to a gym and lift weights and build muscle without taking supplement. It's not going to happen. So supplementation and food goes together with development of the penis. Don't expect that you're going to use a pump on your penis and your penis is going to grow, It's magical like that, Otherwise, everybody will be walking around with a third leg.
Totally agree. And we have another question here. I think this would tie into what the heart patient was asking. Is there any medication available for men with hypertension and diabetes to achieve an erection safely? It's
not medication. You don't use medication for those things. Medication has side effects. Mm-hmm. You absolutely don't need medication. You need to come to the adult therapy center, see Dr. Maharaj, see Prashant, and then see me. Definitely. We will put you on a regime that we know if you follow that regime in 9 months' time, you'll be able to perform well sexually. But everybody wants a shortcut. They want when they come to the clinic once, you must wave a magic wand and say, you're cured. I am not a healer, And that's why I tell people, when all these pastors and things talk about healing, go to your pastor and tell me I have a sexual dysfunction and see if he could heal it.
That's a good question.
He cannot. Mm-hmm. You cannot heal that. There's no pastor out there, and I challenge any pastor out there, to tell me they have healed sexual dysfunction. So if you're that good in healing, heal sexual dysfunction. That alone should tell you. It should tell you the nature of this. There is no way you can heal sexual dysfunction. So don't expect to come to the adult therapy center and be healed. You'll be treated for a period of time, and at the end of that, or during that period of time, you will start performing better. But you will not be healed.
totally agree, and we don't use holy water either. So to those two patients there, you can call us at 645-4543. That's 645-4543. We'd love to have an appointment with you. We're usually doing it on Wednesdays at the St. Augustine branch, and in Davie, that's our branch in South. We'll actually be there on Saturdays
Correct.
as well. So
And I am in Davie on a Tuesday. I am in St. Augustine on a Monday. Some Tuesdays, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm available on Saturdays because I do people work and they need to come in on a Saturday. I don't work on a Sunday or a Wednesday, so don't ask. Dr. Raj, I would love to have more than one orgasm, but not sure why I can't. However, as soon as intercourse is over, I feel for sex again. The reason why you feel for sex again after intercourse is over is because you need to be taken on a long ride. You need to go on such a long ride that at the end of that you're satiated. That means to say you're insatiable because your partner is not taking you down that road. Taking somebody down that sexual road means that you have to pay attention to the needs of the individual and not your particular needs. That's why in sex therapy, when you're doing sex therapy with someone, it's never about the therapist. The therapist doesn't care about his or her sexual satisfaction, The therapist cares about the satisfaction of the individual to take that person as far or as deep as possible into the realm of sex so that at the end of it, they feel exhausted. They don't want to have sex after that. They want to sleep. Some of them can't walk after. And I don't mean they can't walk because of the banging and whatnot. They can't walk because they just physically can't get off the bed.
So make sure and get your wheelchairs, everyone. Is it true that the less underwear a man wears for the scrotum to be cooler, that his sperm count will be on point and healthier?
Healthier sperm is dependent on the type of underwear that you wear. Tight jockey shorts and those things does not help your sperm count. You need to wear loose fitting sliders, drawers, or jockey shorts.
Fantastic.
Let it hang. And no, it was meant to hang. That's why God put it hanging between your legs. The closer you bring it to your body, the body heat will kill the sperm. It needs to be at a particular temperature. That's why when you go to a cold country or in a cold climate, or you go in the river and you hit the cold water, the testicle goes up inside of you to keep warm. And when you're in a hot climate, a hot temperature, if you go hiking or whatnot, the testicles want to swing. It wants to go down to swing to maintain that temperature. That's why wearing synthetic material that does not cause the testicle to breathe causes problem. The same thing with vaginas. If you put a vagina in synthetic material, you cover it up with pads and panty shields and whatnot,
Yeah.
You're not giving it the opportunity to breathe. So you're doing yourself a disservice. It's not that we want you to walk around pantyless or with a cotton panty. It is because that's what you're supposed to do. The advertisers will tell you differently because they want to sell you a product. They want to tell you, squirt all kind of thing into your vagina and kill all the bacteria in your vagina, good and bad, and you end up with a vaginal infection. You end up with some other problem, but they don't care about that because they are the ones who own the company that's selling the product to get rid of the vaginal infection anyway. So they cause you to get a vaginal infection and sell you the product to get rid of it, and they tell you to continue to wear panty shields. Why do women need panty shields? You don't need it. You don't need it. It's the same thing with guys. You wear synthetic drawers because it looks good, it feels good and whatnot, but you're stifling yourself. You're killing your sperm. So all these little things is what you need to look at. And again, think about it. God did not make any mistake with the design of the human being, There's absolutely no mistake with the design of the human being. It's the things that we want to do to augment it and change it. That's where the problem comes in.
That's when we mess it up. So we have a good night greetings here from Cora.
All right, Cora again.
Yeah. We'd love to come up for a cook, definitely. And if you'd like to call in as well too, or send in a WhatsApp, it's going to be 299-4103. That's 299-4103. We're standing by. We'd love to get your questions. I think everyone is a bit scared tonight. You all want to ask some questions tonight?
Well, it's orgasm, so they don't want their voice to come on, and they're really scared because it's orgasm. And there's some women who goes around out there for years thinking that they've had an orgasm and they never did. After tonight's program, they're like scratching their head and saying, "Well, wait a minute, I never enjoy sex."
What's going on?
Let's read this, Dr. Raj. So you are saying it is not healthy for women to wear underwear? I never said that.
No.
I never said that. I said the type of underwear that you wear. Same thing with men and women. You need to, if you need to protect your vagina by wearing an underwear, you need to wear cotton underwear. That's it.
Let it breathe.
Let the vagina breathe. You do not need to stifle your vagina with panty shields. And one of the things that I always recommend to women who have come to see me, and I've said this for 20-something years now, there are times you go pantyless. Don't tell me anything about spiritual thing and whatnot. When you're sleeping in the night, ghosts will come on you and whatnot. Go pantyless in the night.
And we have another question here. Can a guy with a small penis be able to penetrate the vagina of his partner? Can a woman have intercourse but don't squirt?
Women are not natural squirters. Mm-hmm. So yes, you could have intercourse without squirting. I mean, that is a known thing. And what, a small penis can't penetrate a vagina. If you could penetrate a vagina with your tongue or your finger, why you can't penetrate with a small penis?
Sounds about right. How does age affect a person's sexual performance?
How does age affect a person's sexual performance? Mm-hmm. As you age, there are changes in your body, there are changes in your metabolic rate, there are changes in your hormone levels. There are certain hormones that you need for sexual encounter that lessens as you get older. So it does affect you. Some persons, and anyone who has aged, you all are young. When you reach the age of 25, you feel you're a superhuman being. When you reach 30, you'll start feeling a difference.
I sure do.
When you reach 35, you'll say, but wait a minute, I never had pain there before. When you reach 40, it's like, oh my God, I didn't expect this to happen. I could have get off the bed with a spring and now I can't do it. Every time you age, every 5-year period, there's changes in your body. That happens. That is the aging process. You can't do anything. You know, we talk about anti-aging and all those things, but you cannot stop those things. What you could do is elongate the process, but you can't stop it. We age. We come here to die. The only sure thing in this life is death. You must die. And in order to die a natural death, you have to go through the aging process. Now, when you reach the end of your time, you may die from cancer, you may die from heart attack, you may die from stroke or whatever, but you die. Sometimes you just die naturally. You say, when he went to bed, I never wake up. You never wake up. Because you have gone through the process.
The aging process, the path of being a human. Dr. Raj, can you give us some techniques to prolong ejaculation? That's from Prince Charming.
There are two techniques I could tell you about off the bat. One of the techniques is think about something unrelated to sex. Think about the studio and the ghost in the studio here. That might help you to take your mind off of sex and what is happening at the moment. Think about a funeral. Some people, they tell them, think about their mother-in-law, especially if they have, you know, a lot of Americans, they always have this thing with their mother-in-law. There's always a banter. I must say thank you to my mother-in-law. She's the greatest person on this earth. She has brought into this world my wife, and that's the best person on this earth. I have no issues with my mother. As a matter of fact, she thinks I'm the best thing ever. But that's one of the things they tell you to do. Think of something unrelated. Think about a football match. You could think about the cricket match today, where somebody gave victory. They chose defeat instead of victory. Lose 6 wickets in 18 balls.
My goodness.
You could think about that, and that will prevent you from ejaculating.
I think that's a whole other show there, right?
Yeah. The balls or the victory?
Because they had a big long bat and balls.
Yeah. But another thing is, while having intercourse and you feel the need to ejaculate, either drive the penis all the way into the vagina until your partner stop moving, again thinking about something unrelated to sex, or pull the penis out and squeeze the area where the penis joins the scrotum, squeeze it very hard and prevent yourself from ejaculating. But those are just two techniques. But if the PC muscle is weak, you're going to ejaculate anyway. I wish I can sleep with pantyless. I try but fail miserably. Again, before you try to go to sleep pantyless, try to be pantyless. When you are home alone, take your panties off and remain like that. Keep your skirt on, your dress on, and be pantyless. So once you become accustomed to that, it's easy to go to sleep pantyless.
Yeah, you just had to train your body.
Exactly. Our body is easily trained.
Good evening, Dr. Raj. Great work from Asha in Queen Anne and Siparia.
Queen Anne and Siparia, two of my favorite places. Good night, Dr. Raj. My friend and I played Doctor and Patient. I did the same to him. It was the most fantastic thing I ever did. Of course, role playing is very important in sexual play. It helps you. It helps you to take a different persona. It helps you to become something different. And that's one of the things I want to talk about. All the young ladies out there who are brave, who are open-minded and looking for a job, we're looking for promotional persons. Some of them may appear on this radio program. Of course, you'll be in mask and you'll be in outfit and costumes. But we're looking for promotional individuals. I need to get 5. I have 1. Of the 6, I need to get 5. So anyone who's interested in becoming a promotional individual, to visit the stores, learn about product, learn about things of a sexual nature, maybe become a mini sexologist, we are willing to train you. So you can contact me 7401961 on that, and let's get going with it. If they are brave individuals out there.
So brave young ladies, make sure to call in. We have another question here: how to strengthen the PC muscle, doctor?
You need to come to the Adult Therapy Center for that. We don't give that information out freely. That is a technique that I've developed when I was 15 years of age, and you pay for that one.
Sounds about right. And when you're trying to get a bigger penis, how long do you have to keep taking these pills for?
Some guys get it within 6 months, but it normally takes 6 months to 1 year.
Wow.
And then there's a maturity process. It's not overnight. Absolutely not.
And the questions are now piling in. If you'd like to learn how to strengthen your PC muscle, give us a call at 645-4543. That number again, 645-4543.
Call now, make an appointment, and get there.
Does pineapple juice or any other type of juice change the taste of your sperm?
Of course it does. 3 types of juice: pineapple, cranberry, and coconut water.
Oh yes, I guess that.
But you can also use watermelon too. Watermelon is very good for your sexual function.
Fantastic.
Role playing and lovemaking is one of the best things that you can ever do, because you have sex in your brain. And that's where you should be having sex, not the physicality of sex. Physicality of sex is any 2 fools could have sex. A penis could go into a vagina and the waist will move like that. But when you have sex in the brain, that's a different thing. That's why the role playing and those kind of things, talking during sex, is something that...
Physical is just like a reflex reaction.
That reflex reaction, we are born to do that. We are born to reproduce ourselves.
Fantastic. And Mr. Charming again would like to know if we could tell a man's virginity from a physical examination.
Nope. Impossible. There's nothing to boost. There's nothing to tear. There's a man who have nothing to lose. Being pantyless is the best easy access, and breeds don't get any better than that.
Sounds about right. Let it breed, people. Let it breed. And we could take more of your questions. The questions are now starting to come in. I think we did a little half an hour of foreplay. Would you say, Dr. Raj?
We always have that on this program. This program, you need to get them started. You need to warm them up. You need to do the kissing and the caressing of the brain. And
all that,
once you get into the action, once you start touching the breast and you're going down to the waist and you're going down to heaven, not up.
Down to heaven.
Ask him, how do you know a woman fake come? It's very easy to know if a woman is faking an orgasm. A woman who fakes an orgasm, her movements and her sound is not consistent with what's happening with the vagina. If the vagina is not getting wet, if the vagina is not grabbing onto your penis, if the vagina is not starting to secrete, she is faking. If the toes don't curl, she is faking. If there's no throbbing of the vein along the legs, if there's no vibration of the legs, if there's no shaking of the legs, if there's nothing behind the knees, she is faking.
Sounds about right.
You cannot fake curling your toes. Believe me.
As much as
there are women
try.
who try it, but they don't remember to curl their toes when they're faking their orgasm.
And the question here: women who prolapse their anal, is that medically safe or no?
Well, prolapse, any part of your body that prolapse, you can. It's a practice. I mean, some people get a kicks out of it, and some men they love that. But it's not a practice that I will tell anyone to do. It's like having anal intercourse with piles. No.
Absolute no, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, doctor.
Somebody was sending a message, but like they panic, boy. Rishi from Kelly Village, they panic. What happened with the questions? It gone?
Come back, Rishi.
Sitaram Doc, my wife and I tune in as usual. Rishi from Kelly Village, but he panic, but he delete 2 of the questions. They fast. He said, "Nah,
probably
boy.
Gonna come and he said,
hold up. He start thinking about something else."
And we have another question here. At age 60, what are some of the things you can do to improve your sex life? I have gone pantyless from my wedding days through pregnancy. Would like to be a sexologist. Both of us. So I think it's an older patient, and they just...
If you want to learn about sexology, first of all, you have to have the mindset for it. Come in and talk to me. I don't consult about those things over the air. I don't do it by phone. If you are serious, and there are lots of people while they're on the program, they get excited. They want to be an angel. They want to be a promotional girl. They'll tell you yes. And as soon as things cool down and their mind cool down, it's no. I like serious-minded people, especially when it comes to sex. I'm very serious about sex, sex education, and everything that goes with sex. If you are serious, take my number. You don't have to send that message to the studio numbers. Take my number, 7401961. Then I know you're serious. I'm not entertaining that on a studio number because we don't have the studio phone.
Sounds about right.
2994103 is the studio phone. If you are serious about those things, you send a message to me directly and we take it from there.
Especially in the
I'm
last
very blunt
15
at times, you know.
minutes, yeah. In the last 15 minutes, everyone is like, oh my goodness, let's go. Just like this listener here. She wants to know, is it normal for her to have fantasies about women? Is she a lesbian?
No, fantasies about women does not make you a lesbian. That makes you bi-curious. Bi-curiosity does not lead to lesbianism. Bi-curiosity leads to a bi-curious encounter, and you may be bisexual, but as long as you want to have sex with both parties, you're bisexual, you're not a lesbian.
Sounds about right. You have to explore yourself.
And yes, I got a reminder here. And the arcing of the back when you're having an orgasm, you cannot fake those things. Well, that one you could fake. Because there are women who have that down pat and they have the screaming and the scraping at the back and oh God, best thing ever, and they dry like biscuit.
Oh, liars, liars. Imagine having
And
sex.
and you know, women, they say men are dogs and liars, but women lie the most, you know. They lie the most. Because that's why people say whenever you're dating a girl, carry she by the beach and make sure she bathe. What comes out of that water is what you're really getting. And the face that comes out is what you're getting.
Should she braid on April Fools as well too? Today's April Fools, Dr. Raj.
Happy your day.
April Fools. And if a person does not have an orgasm each time after sex, during a period of time, could this contribute to a pituitary tumor?
No. Yeah. Orgasm is not a guarantee that you're not going to have a disease.
Of course.
Orgasm is a sexual thing. Somebody's cracking up. What, a biscuit or? Only biscuit is cracking up. Good night, sir. Jennifer and Jason locked on. Jennifer and Jason, thank you. They're from Arima. And that's what I like about them. They're brave enough to give their name. And I could see where they're from.
Fantastic.
Why is somebody sending me sweet dreams now? I'm not dreaming. No, I don't go to dreamland until 12 o'clock in the night. We just got started. The energy is now building up. And we only have about 10 minutes again for the program.
Yep.
If so much.
And if a man gets feces inside of his penis during anal sex, and he pees, is he able to pee afterwards? And what is his option?
Of course, you don't get anything. You don't. They cleanse, the system cleanses itself.
Sounds about right.
But then again, if you know you're going to get feces while having anal intercourse, use a condom. What if you let me condom for?
Exactly.
And what if you have anal enemas for? All these things are eliminated, you know. If you watch porn, girls who have anal intercourse, they have anal intercourse with multiple partners for a long period of time, but yet still you don't have an issue with that. All you need to do is clean out your passage. The back passage is self-cleaning, just as the vagina is self-cleaning. We make issues out of nothing, you know.
And the questions are now starting to come in. Imagine that in the last 10 to 15 minutes. Here's what guys...
Wait, I don't want to call in as it is long. How do I train myself to have more than one orgasm? If it's me or my partner, it's you directing your partner what you need. If whatever you need to have that orgasm, you need to do that. Even I need to talk to you. Give me a call tomorrow, please, on my cell phone, 7401961. I've been trying to get you today.
And we have another question here. If a woman puts an object in her vagina but never had sex, is she still a virgin?
Technically, yes.
Sounds about right. You can send your questions to 2994103. We only have about 10 minutes again, and the questions are now starting to...
Very good question here. Dr. Raj, what age does a woman have a high sex drive? The highest sex drive a woman will have, the age of a highest sex drive is anytime after her late 30s. The woman, their sex drive, there's pitches after that, and the men can't keep up. Excuse me.
My goodness.
Again, pick up somebody, call him a name or somebody saying something about
guys who need to practice.
Is testosterone the only hormone needed to have a firm erection? Yes. Yes, take the call. Of course.
Yes. Hello?
Hi.
Yes, I want to find out if when a man
If you're taking long to ejaculate, it means to say you're not getting the stimulation that you need. Your mind is not connected with your PC muscle, so you need to redirect that. you need to reprogram yourself.
Because I just have a sex with them, so one of the last but
Well, once
that's not them.
yeah, but you see, you don't have control over your penis. Your PC must have control over you. If you need to ejaculate, you have to engage your PC muscle to ejaculate. So what happened somewhere along the line, because you were lasting longer, you need to take the radio down here because you're killing me in here. We're not answering call that. I can't handle that. Yeah. If you don't engage your PC muscle with your mind, you're unable to ejaculate.
Sounds about right. That
Good night,
mind-body
Dr. Raj. My wife and I are locked on in Vancouver, Canada. Thank you very much, Eric. How are you?
Wow.
Yes, Eden, I was wondering what happened. You really need to get in contact with me. It's very, very important. So, as a matter of fact, call me after the program. 740-1961. So,
The last person there was from where? Vancouver.
Vancouver,
My
Canada. Yeah, Eric
goodness,
lives in Vancouver.
fantastic.
We have listeners all over, you know.
This is wonderful.
This program reaches persons all over the world. I know of persons in India who listens to this program. They look at the videos afterwards. They will comment about it in the morning. They will send me a message on my cell phone. Because wherever I travel in the world, when I meet people, I tell them about this program. I tell them about what we do.
Fantastic, a global audience. But what about when a woman sucks her man, but he never breaks with a suck?
Yes, some men who cannot ejaculate with oral sex.
Stimulation, yeah.
Oral sex, as a matter of fact, is supposed to make you last longer if done right. Because the more a woman performs orally on you, the more control you have over your ejaculation. So you should let your partner perform orally on you in order to control your ejaculation so that you can last longer with penetration. We have a call? Take it. Oh. A number to call? 740-1961. That number again is 740-1961. And the office number is 645-4543. I see my nephew, Leo Lacan, is on. How are you, my nephew?
And we have a whole bunch of questions coming from
Bunch?
our ghost
They
in the back
fake?
there. Yeah. A woman just, sorry, no. Well, a young lady wanted to know if she could get pregnant without having an orgasm.
You don't need an orgasm to get pregnant. Orgasm has nothing to do with pregnancy. Orgasm has to do with the enjoyment of oneself while having sex. But a man needs to ejaculate to get you pregnant. Although pre-cum could have sperm in it, and you can get, now again, ridiculous 6412. You don't need to call me while I'm doing my program. Call me after my program. After 8:30 you can call. Don't waste your money.
Come on, guys, after hours. But
Yes.
Dr. Raj, do you recommend routine testosterone supplements?
Gringo, how are you? No. Routine testosterone, there's no such thing as, again, it's a marketing ploy when you see supplements as testosterone booster. If you're not taking the right things to boost your testosterone, those supplements does not work. So you got to know there are a lot of false information out there and a lot of false things out there. So be careful about that.
You know, this always happens in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
because
everybody
I'll
wants to
pose
call.
a-
All they want
pose
to be
a
extend the
question.
program.
Right. What is the cause of burning after having sex with a man?
That could be caused by acidity in the sperm, the content of the sperm. It's highly acidic. That could cause burning or an infection of some sort.
Sounds about right.
Good evening, Dr. Raj. Enjoying your program. It's very educational. I'm learning so much more this evening. This is from Mira. Yes, Leo, I know Carnival is done, and congratulations because you are the best. You know, this is my nephew, and he brings out the best kings and queen in the country. You know. And the Lacan family in Sangre Grande, good evening to you all.
Shout
I'm
out
very
to
proud
Leo
of
and
you all.
Lacan family. Can a woman get pregnant if she swallows a man's semen?
No, there's no connection between your digestive system and your reproductive system. There's no link. Absolutely no link between your digestive system and your reproductive
I
system.
think those sperm swimmers are definitely going to die.
It is only going to give
For
you
sure.
it is only going to give you protein. It's going to be very nutritious for you. So swallow.
Definitely. Good night. Does low testosterone affect your sperm count?
Of course it does. Yes, it does. The testicles only does two things, which is to produce testosterone and semen.
Sounds about right. Dr. Raj, is there any way that you can enlarge your penis?
Of course, we do that all the time at the Adult Therapy
All the
Center.
time.
Well, we don't call it penis enlargement because some people want to make a 5-inch penis 10 inches. It cannot be done. It's called penis enhancement. You get a a percentage increase in the size of your penis, and because cells are three-dimensional, you cannot tell it to grow lengthway or in thickness.
Sounds about right. Call us at 645-4543. That's 645-4543 if you'd like to go through that procedure. And we're in our last 5 minutes here.
Pleasant good evening to my good friend, Prof. Elliot. How are you, my friend? Condolences again. I know you had a loss in your family, and it's something that would have affected you in a very negative way, but I'm happy to see that you're on. Thank you very much.
And what are the signs of a strong, viable ejaculation and sperm quality?
Sperm quality is dependent on the amount of ropes that you have. Each time you squirt out, it's called a rope. The number of ropes that you have is an indication of the strength of your ejaculation. As a matter of fact, the pitch of your semen is what you look at. So the squirting that comes out between 3 and 5 is what you're looking for. Closer to 5 means stronger, and the thickness of your sperm, the semen, is an indication of the sperm.
So we need to rope them in.
Rope them out.
Out,
You want to let it out.
Thoracic release. Does a woman need to remove her tonsils to perform deep throat?
Nope.
Or can she
Nope.
practice that?
You could practice that. There's a gel that we sell at the adult called Good Head. There's a throat relaxer that you can use to relax your throat for deep throat.
And that listener, why you deleted that one? That was such a good question. Come on.
Well, you must remember the question. Throw it out.
No, the same one with the
Oh,
sex.
that's right, yeah. No, that's a very good question.
Yeah, it is,
There are
yeah.
things that you can use for deep throating. And which man don't like it? Don't put up your hand.
Ghosts can't put up their hands.
Uncle Raj, could continuous alcohol intake decrease the size of your penis and lower? Of course it does. It could cause shrinkage of your penis. Anything, any disease, any ailment you may have, lowering of your testosterone level will cause a shrinkage of your penis. And alcohol is something used excessively is a poison to your system.
Sounds about right. And we're just in our last 3 minutes as well too.
And one thing I want to make mention, I saw today that on the newspaper, the Commissioner of Police has a squad out for persons who batter
Animal
and bruise
cruelty
animals.
prevention, yeah.
That is the best thing ever.
It is.
That is the best thing ever. I am so happy to hear that because I hate to see animal cruelty. I think a nation, as Mahatma Gandhi said, is judged by the way we treat our animals. And that is a very serious thing. Guys who knock animals down on the road, who throw animals in bag, put them in bag, and those things have to stop. It really needs to stop. What we have here. Great program, Dr. Raj. I'm enjoying every moment. Well, I want you to enjoy more than that. I want you to get the education. I want you to be a better lover to yourself and to your partner. How do you become a better lover to yourself? By being honest and straightforward. Give the number again. You want to call in 299-4103, 299-4103. Just remember 4103. We on 103.
Sounds about right. The ghost gave us a peace sign just now.
Yeah. When we get the peace sign, we know we only have 2 more minutes. So
that number again, 299-4103. Call in. You will be our last caller.
yes,
I think. And I'm sure.
not that we
it's a
want you to be the
fantastic-
last. We need more calls, but we reach the end of the program and we can't go further.
What can you do? I'm sure it's a fantastic
Management will say you
question
need to
that they
cut
have.
what we have here.
And they're calling in.
Yeah, we got a call. Hello. Good evening. Yes, hi. Good evening. How can we help?
Upon hearing the comments and questions, this is the reason as to why programs like this is needed throughout the country, because a lot of people still need viable information. A lot of people still have a myths and misconceptions of sex education and sexualism.
I am in agreement with you.
Program
Thank you. And thanks for being part of the programs that I've done over the years. Thank you very much for that. But you're right. Okay. But you're right. We need to educate the public out there. We need to educate the adults. There are lots of adults who are out there who don't know enough about their bodies, who don't know enough about sex, and they go around blindly. And that causes a problem. So we need that education. And I'm so happy for 103.1 FM for having us here to give this information to a different segment of our society.
Oh,
Let's see what we
definitely.
have here.
Good night. Is birth control safe to take? how long should I take it before I
We
break
have
my period?
seconds.
We have seconds.
So we need to wrap up now. So next week we'll deal with those things. Take it down, dear Prashant. Good night, everyone.